The work of a mother is never done. 24 hours of every day, mothers are pushing themselves for their families, and a lot of times they forget about themselves. Well, that's all changing. Author of Strong from the Start, Rena Weiner is here to talk about why women need a break. I think a lot of women probably hear this, Rena, and think, well, yes, but how can I get it?
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. You come up with a plan, and the first thing you want to do is think about what you want. Is it a girlfriend weekend? Is it a weekend with your spouse, your partner, or is it just a date night? And then once you have the plan after that, what can you afford?
That sounds so easy, and we're going to get to all that, but I think for a lot of women, they can't get to that point. What stops them? Is it guilt? Is it something else? To leave their families and take that time for themselves?
Probably a combination of worrying about who is really going to take care of the children. Is that going to be the right person? Are they going to be safe? Is it going to be fun? And am I kind of shirking my responsibility as a mom?
You're already doing it 24 hours a day. I think to survive, you need this. So let's get to how you can do it. The first thing you say is you need to plan to have a date with yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. A date with yourself. Time to restore, to reinvigorate, to get some space so that you can hold on to some of who you are, which is really, really important.
I think some women do get lost in the shuffle when they, they used to do this, they used to go to dance class, or they used to whatever worked for them, and then they have children, and that world now revolves around the child, and they're really lost in the mix. Do you find that?
I do, and it's very easy for that to happen because you love them and you give them everything you have. You give them your best. But you need to hold on to a little piece of you. So if you have a hobby, a talent, a job, even volunteer work, whatever it is that gives you your own personal identity, not 100% mom, it helps you and it helps the kids. It really helps the kids.
You also suggest something called the Weekend Hall Pass. Explain that one.
The Weekend Hall Pass. That's a way to just get away for the weekend. To go, like I said, with a girlfriend, with your husband, whatever, and find somebody to take care of your kids, which is really not that difficult. There are a lot of options out there. Would you like me to suggest one or two?
Give us some. Give us some. What do you have?
First of all, if you're going with girlfriends, maybe a spouse or a partner would help you for the weekend. If you are going with your husband, there are plenty of friends. We used to do a swap. A girlfriend and I, you'd take my kids, I'd take your kids, and we'd work that out. And family. And don't forget, like cousins, who are like maybe 20 and 25 years old, because they have a lot of youthful energy and a lot of fun, and your kids love to be with cousins. And so it's great. Or a teacher.
And you get to save on babysitting. If you're doing tit for tat, I'll watch yours, you watch mine. It all works out, doesn't it?
And you're comfortable with it. It's a friend that is dear to you. We used to do that, and it always worked well.
You also talk about something else in your book about how to find the true you. And many people may think, I know who I am, I know what I like, I'm fine. But the true you within a marriage, what does that mean?
That means still holding on to who you were before, continuing to be involved in activities and making sure that you have some time for each other without the kids. So you sit and you talk, you laugh, you have some fun, you talk about your hopes, your dreams, and anything that really kind of comes up in the conversation, so you still have you. And that's really important to hold on to.
So kind of sitting back and not talking about the errands, what needs to be done, the appointments, all the life stuff.
All the daily stuff that you do have to do, and you do. You do. Moms do it on a regular basis, and it does need to get done. But then you need some time when you set that aside. You say, what else is there in my life? And that's when you can flower.
And do you think, or have you seen people that don't have that what else?
Oh, I have.
And what happens if they don't have that what else?
What happens is when the children grow up and they are adults, and no longer does this mom have the total function on their children, then they're at a bit of a loss, and they need to really search to find out who they are again.
Now, you told me you have a grown daughter. Is she your only, or do you have others?
No, I have a grown son as well.
Did you go through this yourself?
Well, you miss them when they go, there's no question, because they're a big piece of your life.
Yeah.
But the whole hope and goal of parenting is to raise them so that they become self-assured, confident, independent adults. And you still have that wonderful relationship with you, but with them, I should say, but it changes. So my daughter is an adult, my son is an adult. It's a wonderful, loving, warm relationship with an adult child. not a little one anymore.
Yeah, you have to find that balance and kind of grow up together.
It takes a little work, but it happens over time, and as long as you allow them to become who they are, then it gives you time to become who you are as well.
Irina Weiner, thanks for being here. The name of the book right here, Strong from the Start. If you want more, get her book. Thanks for being here.